Oh, did it record? Yes. Hi, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Lifevantage webinar. My name is Marisa Harelson in Phoenix, Arizona, and I just appreciate you being on tonight. I'm with my a dear friend of mine, Nikki Elsing, who is in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Yay!
Yay, so great to see you. Nikki and I have known each other now for 7 years because of this incredible company and these incredible products. And she is one of my mentors and friends. And she's a mom of two beautiful children. She has an amazing partner, Mitch. And she's a dog lover and a registered dietitian, worked at a heart hospital, and was introduced to our incredible company, 8 years ago, Nikki?
Yep, 8 years.
That's incredible. And just a little bit about how I learned about Lifevantage. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a mom of two, a 19-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old son. And I'm a former TV news reporter and anchor, but I got out of that industry many years ago just to raise my children at home. And I love yoga. I teach yoga, and I overheard a conversation at yoga. And that's really why I'm here. That's the short version. We want to be timely with you tonight. And I'm going to have Nikki share a little bit about this incredible company. Thank the person that invited you on this call, because what you are about to learn here, there's nothing on the planet doing what these products are doing to activate our bodies. And that's really what we are getting ready to share with you. So I am going to turn it over to my dear friend, Nikki, who's going to share a little bit more about biohacking and nutrigenomics.
Thank you, Marisa. I'm so excited to be on the call tonight, you guys. Great to see everyone and sort of see all of you with some of your names on the screen. It's 8 o'clock here in South Dakota. It's still cold for those of you that are wondering. But tonight we get the chance to talk to you guys about nutrigenomics and biohacking. And it's so exciting when I think about this because you see there's my family up there. A couple of summers ago when we went camping, Marisa grabbed a couple pictures. They're so cute. My kids are getting so big. But you know what? This is just amazing to think about the nutrigenomics and biohacking and this business. And you guys, like Marisa said, I've been in the business for 8 years, 8 years, March 1st. As a registered dietitian, nutritionist, and wellness coach at a cardiovascular specialty hospital here in Sioux Falls. And doing this business and being passionate about it and just sharing this with everyone I know has led to me being able to stay home and raise those kids. And it's been such an absolute blessing. And I know that Marisa is so happy with her decision as well. And we hope tonight that you get some questions answered about nutrigenomics, about biohacking, about what's the latest and greatest for being able to take care of yourself and your family in the best way possible. And knowing that this is economical, you guys. This isn't something that's asking for a ton of money to invest in yourself, but it's just showing you how to get to be most effective and get the best result. And I look at it as my insurance. It's something that helps me know that I'm doing everything I can to be able to make sure that I'm leading the healthiest life that I can. So let's talk a little bit about nutrigenomics. And this is crazy because I've been in the business about 8 years. For probably 5 years before or 6 years before I even heard about Lifevantage and knew nothing about this, I was working in this cardiovascular hospital buying these discs that I would listen to about nutrigenomics and personalized nutrition and how we can make some changes and know that what we're dealt from our mom and dad and what diseases they have in their history and family and all of that is not what I have to be stuck with. And so it was so fun being able to listen to it. And now to be able to say that I'm like locking arms and partnering, I've been partnering with this company for 8 years, leading personalized health and wellness through nutrigenomics into the world. And so this has been a great ride, you guys, and it's just getting started. And look at that, $17 billion industry, because nutrigenomics is where it is. People want personalized health and wellness and want to be able to get a grip on, where their life takes them and what's going on there. So let's talk a little bit about whether you're being hijacked or if you are biohacking. And biohacking is kind of crazy. It's thinking about it, in case you're not familiar with the term, it's really kind of messing up what's the common way of thinking and taking it over. And you're taking control of your biology. I say your destiny, because if we're changing our health and optimizing our health, we are changing that potential to be the best version of ourselves, right? And not only do we strive on doing that, I know we talk a lot about making sure that we're focusing as people and hanging out with the right people, but knowing that when we do that and associate ourselves with the right products and the right atmosphere and environment, we win. So let's talk about something that we're kind of fighting all the time, every day. Me sitting here, I have my cell phone sitting here on the desk and just breathing in different things and going through. I just had a water heater put in my house, and there's a chemical he put around the seal. And that's going into my water supply for a while. So I'm running my water, right? And so there's just so many different things that we're combated with every day. And that oxidative stress is the damaging things that influence this. And if you see on that left side, there's so many different things that causes that browning or aging of us. You see the browning of the apple. Lucky for us, we have a longer shelf life than an apple, but that's what's going on inside. We have that rust and degrading that's going on. So when we look at combating oxidative stress, you guys, oxidative stress is the root cause of over 200 diseases. Now, I told you cardiovascular health and wellness, that's my passion. I absolutely am crazy about that. And I would stand at the foot of a bed in the hospital and talk to people about how oxidative stress and inflammation influences heart disease. That's one disease. You see that by blood vessels on there, atherosclerosis. That's one disease. And when we think about the influence it has on that, and I know that oxidative stress has that influence on all of those things. So tonight, we are telling you about something that has an influence on oxidative stress and will make a change and make a difference for you, not only in cardiovascular health, but all around. And now my dogs are barking because my doorbell just rang. Sorry about that. But so knowing that when we have something that can lower that, reduce that oxidative stress and help to be able to give you that best quality of life that we can have, that's really, really important. So let's talk a little bit, and I'm sorry I didn't give you that intro for this slide. These guys are distracting me just a touch. But let's talk tonight about how we can effectively manage oxidative stress and lower that 40 to 70%. And this next clip is going to tell you a little bit more about it. It's an ABC investigative report that was done back in 2005. You guys all recognize him? John Quinones. I'll let him take it over here for a second.
Science possibility, a potential breakthrough. As I found out firsthand, there may be a way to erase years, at least inside my body. Granted, it's down the road, but some scientists are wondering if a new pill I took might offer a very long life. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment, a kind of guinea pig. Dr. McCord, okay. I'm here at the University of Colorado in Denver to meet Dr. Joe McCord, a world-renowned scientist. This is pretty exciting stuff you're finding.
It is. We're very excited about it.
His latest research could very well unravel the mystery of aging itself. And his decades of experiments may have the potential of adding years to people's lives and possibly prevent chronic diseases like cancer, diabetes, and heart disease. It all centers around this small yellow pill, and for me, it begins with a blood test.
Yeah, there we go.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company. They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing.
Bad for the body,
Leading to disease.
leading to disease and leading to malfunction, and importantly, leading to what we call aging. It is a slow progression of increasing oxidative stress. That's the main characteristic biochemically of the aging process.
The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment.
Doesn't taste bad.
It's called Protandim, and tests on both mice and humans have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us.
Right now, all we know is that this preparation decreases oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is not a disease, just like aging is not in itself a disease, but it's something that accompanies and is attached to many disease processes. So you can see the age-related.
Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age. But in Dr. McCord's tests, taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old.
They all are reduced to the level of oxidative stress that one would expect, frankly, in a newborn or a very young child.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma. I've studied all of these: strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
Dr. James Crapo with the National Jewish Medical Center in Denver is also researching Protandim for the company. But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. Dr. McCord calculates the numbers. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically.
45%, that's excellent.
Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after.
Which, if extrapolated back, is the level you would see in a newborn baby.
Would you suggest I keep taking this supplement?
I would. I can't guarantee it's going to extend your life. I can't guarantee it's going to eliminate any diseases or cure any diseases.
But we do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. But because it's being sold as a nutritional supplement and not a drug, Protandim does not need FDA approval for safety.
So you guys, I'm sorry about the disruption there earlier, but so basically when we're looking at this is amazing information. So how many times have you sat at home and watched an ABC investigative report for the controversy? That's me. I love that because I like the whole thing they do where, you know, they're chasing them in the car and running over there and have the camera waiting for that breaking news. Just like Marisa talked about being an anchor. I mean, that's what people live for, right? They love that. But all of this was positive. And so they're talking about oxidative stress. They're talking about reducing that. They're talking about its influence and the progression of aging and disease progression. So when we think about validation, we have an amazing amount of validation. Now, you guys, part of my job was getting in front of people and doing public presentations. I also did some television work like Marisa's talking about. I guess it wasn't the anchor. She was the anchor. I was just the one they'd interview. So she had a much more, more interesting job maybe than my part of it. But, and I do large presentations in front of medical professionals as well. And guess where I got the information that I needed to share with everyone? I went to pubmed.gov. And that's what's on this slide. If you see publicmedicine.gov, it is your big library, your tax dollars at work, your library of research studies, if you want to look up anything. And so just for fun, if you want to, when you get off the Zoom tonight, you can hop on pubmed.gov, type in Protandim right there on that blue bottle. And they talked about that in the ABC investigative report we just watched. Type in Protandim, all these different studies will come up, and you will see that we have the scientific validation to back up the things that we're talking about tonight. And you see how it says peer-reviewed journal publications? That's a big deal. Peer-reviewed is a really, really important thing that everybody wants to be able to say about their products, and most people can't. Another fun thing that's kind of neat, and maybe you guys don't think this is fun, I do, but being able to type in different products that you hear of or different things other people are taking and type that in and see what comes up. This was part of my job as well at the hospital, was to evaluate supplements. And I would dig and dig, and there'd be no research. And so really making sure that where you're spending your money, you are getting the results, and peer-reviewed journal articles saying that they give you those results. And look at these names on here. We're talking Harvard, Washington State. We're talking all these really big articles and people in universities and institutes that are studying our product, spending their money researching our product. That's amazing. So see that little blue bottle on the top? You saw it as a white bottle back in the ABC Investigator report, because that was from 2005. And so we've come a long way related to looking nice. I feel like this bottle is much prettier than before. But we've been around a while, and this is a really big deal because lots of research can get done in that amount of time. So let's talk about Nerf2. So when we're talking about Nerf2, that's that little guy up there in the corner, that Protandim Nerf2. This is what really caught my attention, and this is why I'm here. I went to a meeting just like this one. This was our main flagship. This was the thing that drew me into this business, because of the fact that Nerf2 activation is so important. It has been proven to lower the harmful effects and lower oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days, you guys. If I would see a patient and I talk to them about nutrition and wellness, they're not going to get a 40% reduction in 30 days making the changes that I was talking to them about, especially when a lot of them go home and how good are they? Or, all of us aren't following everything to a T. And you can go home and take one of these pills every single day and be 100% compliant. And so it's a great thing to add into a healthy diet and healthy lifestyle. It's supporting you in recovery and trying to be able to repair. And the cool thing is we have a study from the National Institute on Aging that they did, and it's been proven to increase that lifespan. So super cool stuff, really, really fun. And it's been fun to see our little baby grow. And across the bottom, it tells you what the ingredients are in this product. And you may say, I have a supplement that I'm taking that has some of those same things in there. Let me tell you something that's very important to know. There are 5 ingredients on the bottom of there, and those all work in synergy, work together to be able to effectively reduce that oxidative stress. So it's not just grabbing it from anywhere. It is that, I always say, secret recipe of amounts that's going through there. So let's talk about essentials. What do we need that are essential for us? And what's nice is they put all of this into that vitality stack. And the vitality stack is basically our start. And what I love about what Marisa says is she says, why fix one flat tire if all 4 are flat, right? You're not going to get anywhere. And so if we fix all 4, we're really going to win. And so let's talk a little bit about some things here. So we're looking at immune function, we're looking at brain, we're looking at heart health, we're looking at gut health, mitochondria, and that reducing oxidative stress we talked about, and free shipping. I don't know about you guys, but I am an animal about free shipping. I love that. So we talked about Nerf2. So that's lowering that oxidative stress. Let's talk about Nerf1. So Nerf1, there's the ingredients across the bottom. Again, a synergy response. So all 5 of those working together. Some of them are very familiar, I'm sure, especially that coenzyme Q10 and the quercetin. A lot of people have heard about that. But we're really looking at improving your body's ability to network. I love that because I'm in network marketing, right? And I love being able to say stuff about networking. And when people can effectively network, we win. And when your body's mitochondria and your body effectively networks with other things in your system, we win. So it boosts that mitochondria production. And basically, I see it as a big log truck. It's bringing in fuel into that fire to be able to make it so you have energy. And I laugh because on the bottom line there, it says ATP. If any of you have studied your ATP cycle in college, there it is. And so being able to look at that energy production. I can't remember which slide's next. So, okay, probiotic. Sorry, I was just waiting for Marisa to slip chat.
It takes a little
probiotic. So the probiotic, this, I always say I have this is my favorite. You'll hear me say that all the time because I can't honestly pick what's my favorite. I love Nerf 2, like that's my favorite. And I love the energy production of the Nerf 1. But my probiotic, I used to work in a gastroenterology office too, you guys. 1 day a week, I would work with people that are very, very sick. They would save those hard ones so that we could go through and do nutrition and wellness and really incorporate all that into one. And if I had this probiotic back then, I feel like I could have really, really made a big difference with a lot of those people. And so knowing, one of my favorite things, everybody knows about probiotics, right? What they don't know is so much is killed by that stomach acid. So the only way it's going to be effective and actually do what we want to do is get it past that stomach acid to where it's going to do its work. So check out the bottom little pie chart there. You see this BioTrack and without BioTrack. Well, our product has BioTrack. It makes it so that it's going to get past that stomach acid and do what it's supposed to do. And so when you have BioTrack, 60% gets past that stomach acid. Look up the other one. Without BioTrack, 4%, you guys. 4. That's crazy. And so talk about getting your money's worth and being effective and having it do what you want it to do. That is a huge, huge difference. And knowing that we also have Wellmune in that, and that's something you can dig into if you'd like, basically helps with respiratory infections. They have some good research talking about that and boosting that immune system. Another thing I really, really like about it is able to help your brain and your belly have a nice conversation. And so being able to say, hey, Nikki, you're full. You don't need to keep eating. And some of us never, ever hear that message. And so it's something that helps along that line. Okay, now fish oils and heart health, obviously I am a big, big fan because these have been something that have been in my bag of tricks, so to speak, for years. However, there's huge, huge issues with quality related to fish oil capsules. And knowing that you have to be fussy. You just don't go out and buy any one. I was on a pharmaceutical grade fish oil capsule, absolutely loved it, had excellent results with it, and I upgraded to our fish oil capsule. Here's some reasons why. I know that fish oils are huge and very, very important for brain health, heart health, skin health, just overall wellness. We know that we need those omega-3 fats. We eat way too many omega-6 fats. Where's that coming from? Processed types of foods. And so if you're eating any regular types of foods, you're going to have more omega-6s. And we take omega-3s to supplement that so the balance is back to where it's supposed to be. So you cut down on your processed foods and have more fish oil capsules. We also have omega-7s, which is really cool for weight management. That's kind of a new thing that really, really people are loving. Another thing is we all know that we have a significant issue with vitamin D and vitamin D deficiency. Even research is showing, even when you live in Arizona, like Marisa, that people still have some vitamin D deficiencies. But being able to trace ours from boat to bottle is so cool. So a really big bragger on these omega-3 fats and omega-3 capsules. So that's our vitality stack, knowing that that's our core essential products. But what else do we have? We've added a few things along the line, and I'm fussy, you guys. I get a little apprehensive at first, and Axio came around a little bit before those other ones I just mentioned. And this one I was like, gave me a little anxiety because I'm not big into energy drinks, right? And when they said, hey, we're going to look at an energy product, I was like, oh gosh, this might not be good. But you guys, Lifevantage knocks it out of the park every single time because they know, they get it. They do their research. We have amazing people on staff at corporate that are digging into what works and what's good for you. Axio is an amazing little drink. I was just actually reading a thing last night about being able to use this to make like Knox blocks, you guys, little Jello things, which would be kind of fun for summer and little kids. Great way to get that inside their bodies to be able to help with that mental fatigue, brain fog. I laugh because I'm thinking positive mood. We all have kids that need a little boost in positive mood from time to time, and ourselves, right? But it's really working to help you push past that wall with exercise, helps you focus, helps things just kind of brighten up. And it seems kind of crazy to talk about it, but it's totally the way it is. And as you continue to use it, it even gets more and more that way. One of my favorite things is we don't have artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, added sugars, none of the nasty stuff. So guess what? It's hard to find a beverage that's good for you, right? And this can be good for you because it's a low-calorie beverage without all the other yuck stuff. So welcome to the world of Axio. And when we're talking about brain and thinking and effectiveness, check this out. This is before Protandim and Axio with one of our distributors' nephews. And look at the after 2 weeks, you guys. Now tell me how that person on the left, the same kid, how was he thinking? And how was he doing, like, confusion-wise? Looks like kind of a jumble bunch of stuff, right? And look how nice and organized and thinking he is there. And so lots of great stories. I'm just really looking at this as an option for that. So we come up with a weight management thing. Obviously, as a dietitian and nutritionist, I was like, okay, this is great. This is my thing, right? And so being able to say that we have a weight management program that thinks about your belly is huge, and your gut, and focuses on that central weight and that abdominal obesity. That is so important, you guys. That was one of my big things I absolutely loved doing at the hospital, was helping people who had metabolic syndrome, diabetes, high triglycerides, all these things, manage their condition. And I knew by getting that belly fat, getting rid of some of that, would help to lower the issues they had with those things. And we're targeting belly fat. So super fun. Check out this lady on here, how great she looks. And those are actual results and amazing feeling inside knowing that this is possible. So we have a prebiotic. We talked about the probiotic. The prebiotic is what feeds it. It's flourishing, and it's your fertilizer for all that good bacteria you have in there. We have a fat burn that focuses on that visceral fat. That visceral fat is not just what's hanging over your pants that you don't like. It's the stuff that's deep embedded within all your organs, very dangerous, significant issue in the majority of our population. Then we have our protein powder. We just recently changed it into a bag instead of the tub, and I am going crazy about it because that is so much nicer and better for our environment. Thank you, Lifevantage, for always thinking about that kind of stuff. We have less than 1 gram of sugar per serving. We're looking at being able to lose the fat, maintain your muscle, and we know by adding in that whey protein powder, that's very important. And keep in mind that every year as we age, we are losing lean muscle mass, so it's very important to have adequate protein. I think this is an essential part of every morning breakfast. You know, eggs, some sort of protein, whey protein, awesome, and it tastes great. So being able to have this in our group of products has been great. So back when I started 8 years ago, we had that anti-aging cream, the one on the right. I loved it. It was a huge help for me. I really feel that my skin cleared up, activating my NRF2 pathway, both inside and outside. It helped my skin, and I was someone who was not buying very expensive skincare products, and I feel like it showed. And knowing that this is my first, the first thing that's exposed to everything as I'm standing here or hanging out, right? And so if I can do something to put a protective barrier and take good care of myself, that's really important. And as we continue to age, we all become more and more used to these things and more worried about it, so to speak. So this is NRF2 activation. There was a study that was done talking about cancer and cancer protection and prevention and all of this. And they're like, hey, you know what? NRF2 is such a huge part in protection and wellness. Why don't you have something for the skin? And so that's what we have. We have a 4-step system for your skin that helps to counterbalance and protect and help your body have that more, and your skin have a more youthful appearance. Now our last product, I believe, am I on our last one? Oh, almost. I've got 2 left. I forgot about hair, which blows my mind because I'm in love with this hair care system. You guys, I never used to really pay that much attention. Thought, you know, shampoo, conditioner, you're going by what smells good, right? Or what's on sale or what looks pretty in the bottle. But guess what? It matters, and you're soaking so much into your scalp and all the way down your back and all these different chemicals. We have a solution for that. We have something that helps to give you that fuller, thicker hair. It's nourishing your scalp, balancing that pH, and promoting that hair growth cycle. And when we promote that and decrease breakage, guess what happens? We have a lot more going on, right? And that has been so fun to see that in people. And this is with that NRF2 ingredients. And one of my favorite things they say is mindfully formulated. And I feel strongly that All of our products here at Lifevantage have been mindfully formulated. It also is very, very low in contaminants. There's a thing called a Think Dirty app. You can put the information in. It's kind of got a weird name, but you can put in different products, and you can put stuff that you have in your shower right now in there and see how dirty it is. The higher the number, the worse it is. These guys, 1 and 2, awesome. So a shampoo, conditioner, and a scalp serum, a great way to kind of hit all of those angles. So we have a few before and after pictures so that you can kind of see the difference. You guys, when we decrease breakage and we get something that's promoting your hair growth and promoting that NRF2 activation, huge, huge changes. And these are people we know. It's not just some random pictures out of nowhere. These are people that, some of these people crying to us about how different this is made for them and what they're seeing different. A lot of reports too of needing to use less product, which everybody's happy about. So here's our last one. Remember I talked about Protandim NRF2, you guys, right? Huge. That's the flagship. That's what got my attention. One of my favorites. I know I've said favorites a lot, but one of my favorites. Well, guess what? People started giving it to dogs because they age 7 times faster than we do. Think of the amount of oxidative stress they have in their body. It's tremendous, right? And as you saw, some of you saw us all holding up our puppies because they're a big part of our family, right? And we love cats too, you guys. But I've never, well, I guess I have heard people giving their Protandim to their cats. But anyway, so back to Pet Tandem. They were giving them Protandim and noticing differences in their dogs. And it was amazing. Like up here in South Dakota, we have all these hunting dogs. And there are big expectations for hunting dogs in the fall, right? They're in a kennel, all of a sudden in the fall, they're put to work. Well, that's hard on a dog. They're seeing them jump up in the truck. They haven't jumped in the truck for a really, really long time. So huge into joint health, more energy, just really helping them from the inside out. They took that Protandim, put it in a nice little tablet, I should say, and my dogs like beg for that every single morning when we get up. And so it's based on weight, and they put a little, there's fish oils, omega-3 fats in there, and also some glucosamine chondroitin in there, and it's just a really good combination to be able to care about those things that you love the most, those little tiny dogs. So, or big dogs, I guess too. We don't care, either one. But there's lots of different things, lots of ways to be able to biohack what you're doing. And maybe you're ready to say, you know what? I want that essential pack. I want all that stuff. Perfect. We can do that. We can get them to you in the bottles. We can give them to you in the little packets. And I usually have a packet, but I don't have one sitting by me. But it's just, you see that there. It's just a little strip pack. And Marisa's got one for you. There you go. And it's just a nice way to throw it in your bag, in your purse, in your truck, wherever it is, to be able to have that daily dose. You tear off the top and you get everything in there. Thank you, Marisa. Or maybe you need to update what you're drinking during the day. You need that Axio or weight management, or maybe you want to try the hair care or skin care, pets, whatever you decide. And it's important to get back to that person that invited you to the Zoom and let them know what you're thinking, because they will want to know whether you're ready to start now, you want to wait a little bit, or you want to go on to what Marisa's going to tell you a little bit about here in just a couple minutes. But you guys, this NRF2 activation, this is huge. I would like to stand with a huge banner telling people how important this is for being able to look at prevention, wellness. You guys, NRF2, it's not us saying Protandim is the greatest. It's researchers all over the world bragging about how NRF2, and check this out, NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. That is a huge statement. And guess what? You guys are hearing it. One of the first groups of people to be able to hear about it. You know, we've been doing this for a while, but people just don't know. And so being able to get this information out to as many people as we can is really, really important. So I'm going to let Marisa, God bless her, she is amazing, and I'm so blessed by her and her friendship, and I can't believe it's been 7 years that we've been doing this together, but I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about the story and where Lifevantage came from. Thank you, Marisa.
Oh, Nikki, thank you. I'm all fired up all over again and ready to join all over again. I'm always learning something, even 7 years later. And I'll share a little bit more about my story later on, but I want to, why are you hearing about this right now from us on a Zoom webinar or in someone's home? Well, this product, Pro Tandem, our flagship product, Nerf 2, was on retail shelves for 3 years, and the company was going bankrupt, basically. So after that ABC, there were $5 million of orders. The company's stock goes way up, quickly goes down, because they just didn't have a way to get it out to the masses. But today we're thriving. We're over a $250 million a year company. We came to people distribution in 2010. And really, you know, it takes time to get a company going. And now we're like perfectly positioned, and we have incredible corporate leadership to just really get us on the right path to take this company to $1 billion a year company in a few short years. So as Nikki discussed, we have all of the products that people are spending money on. And if they're not, they need to be. They need to be on these products. I mean, people wash their hair. Why not do something really healthy? Take care of your pets, energy, all of it. So anti-aging, hello, you got me at anti-aging and skincare just in that realm as well. So, and some people will spend more on their pets than they do on themselves. And listen, get a dog on Pet Tandem and you're gonna see a remarkable difference in a very short amount of time, especially a dog that has a little bit of issues in its tissues. So, you know, what I really love about what's happening right now, and I love that I was open-minded to learn, because I did not grow up in an entrepreneurial family. But look how the economy is changing today. Look how people are making money or expanding their financial portfolio. You know, Uber, the largest taxi service in the world, doesn't own its own taxi. People renting out their homes. I know people who are renting out their homes to have additional income. Facebook, social sharing. People are making a fortune by just sharing what they do on social media. And Amazon, people wanting their products in 2 hours. Basically, they're putting away bricks and mortars by the wayside. You know how many stores have closed, how many retail stores, big retail giants that have closed its doors because technology is out there and technology is replacing people's jobs, really. I mean, even in China, they have robotic anchors delivering the news. It's pretty crazy. That's technology. So what do these companies have in common with Lifevantage? Well, number one, they all have a network. They have a network that they're able to build through technology and an app that makes ordering our products as easy as ordering an Uber by just the flash of a little button. And you can build your business. You can send training tools to your new distributors or customers, science videos to people that want to learn more about the products. It's just phenomenal. And a shopping cart. The company also gives you a website. You know, if you're open and you see yourself sharing this, if you're like databasing people, oh my gosh, my mom, my dad, everybody I know, love, and care about, you know, then you could at least get your products paid for by just sharing it and getting thank you checks from Lifevantage. And you can send them a shopping cart and they can order what you recommend. I think everybody on this planet needs to be on that vitality stack and have Axio to get them started. So I knew nothing about the profession of network marketing. And I know sometimes people give it a bad name, but I'll tell you what, I knew nothing about it. I didn't have a story about it. And I know that in any job out there, some business professions work for people and some don't. Doesn't matter what realm they're in, right? Well, this one, it's a $200 billion a year industry. And if you find something and the timing is actually right, and that's what we're talking about, is timing with any business, really. I wasn't going to open up a hot yoga studio in Phoenix because I saw it's a saturated market. There's a yoga studio on every street corner like Walgreens. So the timing for me, or a flip phone company, are you going to invest in that, or a pager company? No. And so typically, if you look at the purple star, that's where Lifevantage is. The red bell curve is typically how people buy. So were you one of the first iPhone users, or did you wait till you got a 5 or a 6? Were you part of the late majority? So that's we are the early adopters. Anybody learning about this today, we are in the early adoption stage. We have not reached what's called momentum, the early majority, but it's a beautiful place to be. So once in a lifetime, an opportunity will present itself to you. And I'm just so happy that I was open-minded enough to get some information so that I could make an educated decision. The business is not for everybody. We totally get that. We don't need everybody to join our business, but it's the few that say, hey, I'd like to create residual income. income that happens while I sleep, it's pretty life-changing. And a little bit about me is I grew up in Kentucky, Lexington, youngest of 5 kids. My parents argued a lot about not having enough money, not enough days left of the month, right? When the money ran out. And so some of that never left my psyche. Even as an adult, even though I've been a professional and I've done very well and I've worked hard, I have great work ethic. But some of that didn't leave my mindset. And so when I overheard this conversation in yoga and I saw the timing, I knew I was going to take the products. That was a no-brainer. But I saw that there was a way out of the rat race of getting off that hamster wheel of life and to be able to be a part of something from the ground floor. Guys, we're in the basement. NERF 2 is where it's at. There's 12,000 studies on PubMed just on NRF2 activation. So when you get to ride that wave of momentum, it's life-changing. And it's willable, sellable income that you can leave for your children and grandchildren. And when I joined Lifevantage, we were only in 4 countries. And look at this. Look how we're growing today. It's beautiful. And I won't spend a great deal of time on our comp plan because we can get you that information if you're interested. But what happens is you start building a network of consumers and distributors, just like Uber and Amazon. I mean, basically a network of consumers, right? 90% of Lifevantage is customer-based. We're a customer-driven opportunity company. But the few of us that see the opportunity, it is life-changing over 3 to 5 years. And it takes, put your blinders on. It's not network marketing, it's network marketing. But what is easy, it's a simple business, not always easy, but what is easy that's giving you freedom to live the life like you want to live? One of the things, just look down at the 4% global revenue sharing. How would you like to get paid on every little bottle of, let's just say Coca-Cola, that's sold throughout the world, even if you don't drink Coca-Cola? Well, that's what happens when you hit an elite rank called Pro 7, which is what Nikki is, and Pro 8, 9, and 10. I hit the elite ranks of Pro 8 last October. And if anyone would have told me 7 years ago, this is what my life would be like, because there's somebody on this call right now that knows how I was struggling 7 years ago. How that when you take 2 incomes and you go to 1, it changes the dynamics of how you live your life. And that's what I did to be home with my children. So when I saw that I could own a home-based business, and the tax write-offs are amazing, but also because of the products I could get behind, my passion and belief, the science, all of it. Well, now I can get paid by one of the 8 ways we pay is by global revenue sharing. 4% of the commissionable sales monthly are put in a pool and they divide it among the elite ranks. Pro 7s get 1 of the shares, Pro 8s get 2 of the 4 shares, Pro 9s get 3 of the 4, and Master Pro 10s get all 4 shares. And it's a dynamic pool. It's over a $30,000 monthly pool. So we are a publicly traded company. This is on our website, lifevantage.com. Scroll down at the bottom under resources and you will see what we pay out. Look at the 3rd column, the monthly average. And when I'm meeting with someone, I'll just say, what would make your life different? Pro 3 is about 5,000 volume points coming through your business every month, meaning you've got a couple of other people that you shared this with that got just as excited as you and want to share it with other people. So $580 extra a month. That happens whether you're doing anything or not. That's pretty significant. When I joined Lifevantage, I only looked at the Premier Pro 6 level, which is about 50,000 volume points coming through your business, but that's a paycheck of $5,800 a month. And I looked at that and I thought, wow, that would be amazing. But if I could do 2,000 to 5,000, that would be a real help here to take a little bit of stress off the family, right? Little did I know that this business will grow exponentially because it's all about the people that you help. This is people helping people and teaching others how to do the same through a simple duplicatable system with a company that has an amazing system with timing and trends and a comp plan and consumable monthly products. This isn't something people buy one time and just stop. This is something people want to be on for the rest of their life. So you're building this asset-based business. So this is what I love. is typically, this is how we're taught. We go to school, we work for somebody for 40 to 50 years, for 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, who knows, right? And then you retire for how long? There's no guarantee, right? But in a Lifevantage, specifically Lifevantage for me, you do 3 to 5 years of earning. Like, I went back to school, basically. I became a professional. It was like getting a master's degree, and people work full time while they're getting their master's degrees. So it takes them some time. That's the mindset I had, because I was still having to work to get money right away. But then I was able to build this incredible organization, global virtual franchise, that now over 3 to 5 years, I can live the life I want and help other people do the same. In 3 to 5 years, like today, we went to a movie during the day, a matinee, because I could. I didn't have to ask a boss whether I could have the day off. And what I love mostly is that you don't get involved with this company just for the money. Uh-oh, there's now. As we end this webinar, oh, they like to bark. So you give back, and this is about giving back. And the last 2 Christmases, or right between Christmas and New Year's, my husband and my 2 children were able to go down to Rocky Point, Mexico, and build homes for families that were living in cardboard boxes, families helping families. And it's one of the many charity programs that Lifevantage has, and we are all about giving back. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining us this evening and learning and getting back to that person that shared this with you. That was the UPS driver, something from Amazon. We wanted it right now.
I just got my Amazon package this afternoon too. I'm like, there you go. There's proves the point.
I think it's Lifevantage, actually. I think it's my Lifevantage order that I actually needed. So I'm going to stop the recording. I just want to thank you again so much for being on and just learning.